and welcome to Salina First Response, a show about the public safety entities in Salina. I'm David Hawksworth, your host, and I'm here with Chief Tony Snyder of the Salina Fire Department. Chief, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Dave. It's much appreciated.
Well, we're here to talk about something that's never been done in Salina before. It's called the 9/11 Stair Climb event.
Absolutely.
Tell us how you came up with the idea for that.
Well, I can't take credit for the idea. Bringing it here, obviously I can, but I've been involved in so many things with the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation that I've done things back in Philadelphia over the years and been fortunate with a great group of volunteer team members. We've been able to raise almost $300,000 for families of fallen firefighters over the years. One of the events was a 9/11 stair climb in Philadelphia at the Link in 2017. Mm-hmm. And when I got here and started to look at the opportunities and involvement with the community, as well as the great fire department here in Salina, I thought this would be phenomenal for all of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tell us when the event is, where?
So what I did was I spoke with a couple different entities. So the event is going to be held on 9/11 this year on Sunday at the Graves Family Sports Complex at Kansas Wesleyan University. Mm-hmm. They've been phenomenal in support of this event and the fire department. And we have some great things scheduled for there. And it's not just the 9/11 stair climb, but also there's a 5K walk option for those that maybe for whatever reasons can't do the steps. I know in Philadelphia that was a huge aspect. Mm-hmm. People that want to support that can't do the steps, they can do a 5K walk, and we're not going to sit and monitor everybody. But it's going to be a great event. And then of course there's an after party that we have lined up with live music. It's combined with it, separate event in a sense, right around the corner at the Library Sports Bar and Grill. Mm-hmm. We're going to have 2 live bands, food, and they're going to run their beverage specials, whatever they may be. For soda, or as you guys out here like to say, pop, maybe?
Yep.
I'm
Right.
still getting used to the language, and I know I have an accent. So, but the idea was just to get something into the community and get the fire department as well involved. And the proceeds, which are the most important thing, are going to go to the counseling services for the FDNY. Mm-hmm. As well as the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation programs, life safety initiatives for firefighters, which I've been involved with. I'm a life safety advocate as well. So my wife and I have been volunteers for years for the Memorial Weekend, for Fallen Firefighters Memorial Weekend, held in Emmitsburg every year, mm-hmm. Other than COVID impact.
Right.
But, and I'm blessed in a lot of ways because the friendships that my wife and I have been able to make, not only with firefighters from around the country, but not more importantly, but equally, if not just at a different level, families, surviving family members of fallen firefighters. And to me, that's a blessing to be part of their lives after what they've gone through. Mm-hmm. And I know my wife feels the same way. So it really is a calling. So, and I'm loving it. I'm loving how I can support that. And show also what the Salina Fire Department is capable of.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us how the event works.
So, well, you want to get registered right away. You can go to firehero.org and find the events tab, be up in the right-hand upper portion of the page. Mm-hmm. Look for 9/11 stair climbs, and then they can search by date, and you'll find under 9/11 that ours is listed there as the Central Kansas inaugural 9/11 stair climb and 5K family fun walk. So any age, people are welcome. This is not just a firefighter event. This is open to the community. Mm-hmm. And so that's the easiest way to do it. It's on the Salina Fire Department's Facebook page. It's on my personal Facebook page. And we're just trying to get the word out as best we can. It started off slow, but it's starting to gain some momentum and really getting some traction. And I have yet to throw the challenge out to the police department, but I will.
I'm sure they will accept it willingly.
I'll get Chief Morton involved, and but there's a proclamation presentation in front of City Commission that I anticipate no issues with, and support from City Commission. They've been phenomenal.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to that. And I might have to throw a challenge out to those folks as well. And I'm sure they'll accept it graciously.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
If I want to climb stairs to do this, how does that all work?
so the stair climb, so looking at that stadium, there are 7 different flights of steps.
Okay.
Or 7 stairwells, I'll call them. So you have an up and down in each. And then so we counted the number of steps.
Okay.
Now, one thing that we had to keep in mind is 3 steps down is the equivalent of 1 step up. So we figured it all out. So they're going to do 7 laps around all of the steps.
Okay.
And then for the 5K walk, they're going to start right at, so the opening ceremony and the event will kick off at the northwest corner of the stadium. And we're hoping for some pretty cool things there. I don't want to give it away yet, maybe some surprises.
Okay.
But the 5K walk will go along Claflin to, which is what, 9th Street, or old US 80, I believe it is, something.
81.
81. Down to Cloud, back over to the southeast corner of the stadium, back up to Claflin. They'll do that twice for the walk, and then finish with 3 laps around the track. So it kind of brings them back home.
Right.
So either way, and like I said, we're not going to sit and count people's steps. We just want people to come out and support it, in support of what we're trying to do, but also as a city, as a county, and as a region.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like a lot of fun.
It's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be. I'm just hoping we get more and more to keep signing up. Like I said, I've been getting more and more communications, and just want to get the word out. And I think people they'll really enjoy it, and see that and see how neat Salina is. You know, if they haven't been here, and see what we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about the organization that we're raising funds for.
So. The counseling service for FDNY, I'm sure, is pretty obvious. And one of the things that I want to inject there is that a lot of people don't realize that since the 343 FDNY members were killed, there's been over 280 more that have died since 9/11 as a result of 9/11 illness and injury. They don't know. I certainly want to make sure that they do know and understand what these folks did on that day, that tragic day that, brought a nation together. Saw some phenomenal things, and I think sometimes we seem to forget that. So it's going to be a value to them, and I have friends that are a part of that, as well as the National Fallen Firefighters programs, the National Fallen Firefighter Foundation programs, and they do a lot of things for not only firefighter life safety, but they also do things. And more importantly, for those families, those surviving family members of firefighters killed each year. Each year in October, we will meet in Emmitsburg, and we memorialize the firefighters killed in the line of duty from the previous year. Now, obviously, COVID threw some monkey wrenches into that. Last year, we had a combined 2-year cohort of folks that, but we have a great group of volunteers from all around the country that come in to really facilitate this, and it's just phenomenal to watch how everybody works together for those families.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we try to help them. There's a lot of different programs. There's scholarships. There's camps for kids. There's different groups that they've created that some of the wives, let's say, would go to, and there's the women's group and a men's camp, and it's just so phenomenal.
Yeah. And I guess it hits a little close to home for both of us, since we've both lived on the East Coast in the past.
Absolutely. And I've, in my career in Philadelphia, unfortunately, during my time, I believe I had it at 21 or 22 line of duty deaths in my 28 years in Philly, just in Philadelphia alone. And I hate to say it like this, but we were very good at firefighter funerals, and we shouldn't be.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
It shouldn't be the norm. It should be the exception. So I know when the commissioner, the fire commissioner, Adam Teal, now when he came into town, and we looked at things, and I was fortunate to be part of his team as deputy commissioner. we started to key on what can we do to prevent these things. But when it comes down to it, firefighting is a dangerous job. And we've sworn an oath to protect life and property, but to me, it's protecting the life that matters. Property can be rebuilt. We do our darndest to make sure we can put it out, but we're not going to risk a lot for a little bit of gain. But we'll risk a lot to save a life.
Yep.
And sometimes give our own life to save a life.
And the Salina Fire Department does a phenomenal job at that.
I'll tell you what, I have said this, and I know at one point I had one of the division chiefs in a meeting, he slammed his book down. He said, all right, what did you hear before you got here? Why do you keep saying you're surprised? And I had people reach out to me before I got here, and I didn't speak to them about it. I didn't want to have any predisposition or notions of, I wanted to come in and see for myself. And I'm constantly evaluating and seeing where we're at. And I go to the fire grounds and I watch and I listen and I talk with our folks. And, I'm sure they're having a difficult time with me because they don't want to see the chief. And they do a phenomenal job. They do a phenomenal job. And I'm just hoping to impart a little bit of my experience in the 6th largest fire department in the country here, which it's tough. There's a couple things about firefighters. They typically hate things the way they are, and they hate change. And I was one. And, the way I look at it is all you have to do is look out your window, look at a tree. It's going to do one of two things. It's either going to grow or it's going to die.
Yep.
So if we don't continue to look at if there's any way we can do anything better, then we're going to create challenges for ourselves. I'd rather create those opportunities. So it's been interesting. It's been great. The guys are great, and the training, everything they put into a 24-hour period just amazes me. So,
well, I think I speak for everybody in Salina when I say that we're very grateful that you're here and providing your expertise. So.
Well, I'm loving it. I'm planning on staying. I bought a house last Friday.
All right.
And my wife loves it, and we're fortunate. And again, I'll use the term blessed. I'm very privileged to be here, and the way I look at it is I work for these guys in the fire department as well as working for the city. And, they don't work for me, I work for them.
Okay. All right, let's recap here. The 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb event and 5K family walk.
Yep.
Takes place when?
On Sunday, 9/11. Registration, or if you come up to check in, starts at 7:30 in the morning at the northwest corner of the Graves Family Sports Complex at Kansas Wesleyan University. And the opening ceremony will start promptly at 9 a.m.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing everybody there. And it sounds like a great day full of fun, plus
we're gonna
raising
have a great
money
time.
for a great cause.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Chief Snyder, I really appreciate your time today. Thanks for being on.
Thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege, and I appreciate you coming out here to do this with us.
Thanks. And we'll see you next time on Salina First Response.